Guys and girls, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to a new customer look. If we just spin around there. So this customer has come down from Bristol for us to carry out some mods on it, which we'll show you in a sec. So ST250, as you can see, we put our Revo authorized plates on it because that gives you a clue of what we're doing on it. So it's completely stock at the moment, which is great. We always like to, that's really good to work with that completely, like baseline, no mods on it at all. So we're going to be putting a Revo stage 1 software on it. Obviously that there complemented with the SPS switch, which we always recommend. And then we'll focus on this. So this is what the customer supplied to us, which will gladly fit. Of course we will. The mount tune stuff is, as you can see, it's very, very well made. The welds are really good. It is quality, there's no question about that. So what mount tune do is they use a couple of boxes. So unlike others, so you've got this long torpedo type silencer, and then you've got a smaller one there, and then there's no like rear silencer as such. You just got the crossed bracket here with the tailpipes. No adjustment on the tailpipes, they're fixed, so you can adjust it in and out. But yeah, it's fairly straightforward and nice system, very well made. It's quality, you can see, as I said. Other thing we're going to do on it, as you can see, so we supplied his own mount tune rear lower motor mount, torque mount, whatever you want to call it, and uprated recirc valve, which is, we always recommend that anyway. The standard plastic OEM one is, yeah, it's a bit weak in it, especially the spring rate inside. So that is designed, you ain't got to mess around with that. There's no taking it apart. But like the forged ones, you have an option of a spring, different spring rate on it. That one there is just all set in, straight in. Good thing about the mount tune stuff is just straight on, and it comes with everything as well. So there's no like searching around for gaskets and bolts. So I think that's about it. That's, he's travelled all the way down from Bristol, which is really good, quite humbling that, when we always appreciate that. So yeah, let's crack on with it, and then we'll continue it later. Right, so you join us now at the offside front of the car, wheels off. Old recirc valve is out, there it is, the old plastic one I talked about previously. I will shout a little bit, well not shout, but because it's horrendous weather outside and it's beating down on the roof. So, but anyway, so we just come around here, look, there's the mount tune one in there, look, which is, you just about see it, look, which is all fitted. It's a bit fiddly to get to, because it's got the mounting around it. That mounting is just to mount the vac pipes and the electrical connector on it. That's all that's for, really. So, all right, I'll do with the recirc, because that's what that is. But yeah, we use this little trusty number here to get in there. So you take the wheel off and you get straight in there like that. You see it's got the ball type Allen key on the end, which allows it to have a bit of movement. So that's how we get on them, because people have asked me, oh, it's fiddly as hell to get in there. Well, if you ain't got the right tools, yeah, it is fiddly. But yeah, that's that side of it. So what we'll do now is we'll take it up in the air, and I'll just, this might be a bit boring stuff to some people, but we'll take it up in the air and then we'll just show you the exhaust is off, basically. All right. So, say doing a cut there, we'll go straight to it. Less editing to do then, see? So if we go right up, let the ram down, lock it in. There, so you come under door. There we go, look, so that's all off now. Now these, they're studded, so the studs are part of the centre section, look, on the original, as you can see. Now, they're always tight. If you try and undo those, sometimes you might be lucky, you might crack them off, bit of penetrating spray, crack them off, they might come undone. A lot of the time, they don't. I don't bother with that anymore. All I do is just get the gas on them and just with a blowtorch warm them up so they're nice and cherry, and then they undo no problem at all, right? Because if you try and put too much stress and pressure on that when you're undoing that, you'll end up, you can crack or break that flexi on the cap, and you don't want to be doing that. So just a little tip, get the, we use one of these, look. Just get the old Pro Max, yeah, one of them, and just warm it up, and your life will be a lot easier, because if you snap that off, or well, it doesn't matter if you snap it, because it will just snap off in there, won't it? But you don't want to put any strain on that flexi. So that's that. We chop it sort of like off here. We always chop it so that you can, look, if the customer ever wanted to put the original exhaust back on, I can't think why you want to do that, but if you wanted to put the exhaust back on, yeah, then he's going to be, we can put a sleeve in it and join it. All right, but so what we're going to do now, it's just a quick update on the exhaust. We'll get the exhaust fitted, and then we'll show it to you when it's all fitted, and then we got the Revo software to put on it, and then road test and all that sort of stuff. So come back soon. Right, underneath the ST250, and a bit of a pain to fit these are, because where the link pipe goes over the axle, it's got a 2-bolt flange on it, so you have to manipulate and just re-engineer the heat shield, jack it up as well to get it to go through, and then sort of like, you know, again, just manipulate the heat shield afterwards, because it'll be touching, and then you've got to get the level right, and then shake it about, like, you know, make sure that it's not touching. After it comes back from road test, then check it again, make sure that things haven't moved around. But yeah, so it's all done now. So from the catback, you can see the catback is a centre sort of like torpedo one that you've seen on the floor, the link pipe, another silencer, that's what my mountain tune do it, and then you just got your bracket set up there with a link, and then just straight piping really, and tailpipes are fixed, and that's about it. So obviously once it's done add a heat cycle, then we'll check the tightness of the clamps again, because they'll need, you could probably get a few more turns on them. You don't want to, I've set the tailpipes up, look, like, you don't want them like sticking out too far, you don't want to be tripping over them, do you? So always look down from the side and think, yeah, that looks alright. So it's not like the other systems like Scorpion and Miltech, we have different tailpipes and you can position them in and out, turn them, you know, twist them and all that sort of stuff. So they're pretty much fixed. So that's that bit done. Rear motor mount's done. Did we show you that? We didn't, did we? Come under. So onto your head. So rear motor mount, let's get the light so we can see. Yeah, so basically there, look. All right, so rear motor mount is there. So we've taken off the original squidgy OE one and replaced it with the Mount Tune one, as you can see. That's it really. So we're all ready to load up the Revo software, which we'll do right now. So back soon. Right, so as we said, we're going to load up the Revo software now. So as you can see, just around the front of the car, so put the old Revo authorised dealer on there, which is a must. Battery support on it, really important. You don't want it dropping off on voltage when you're putting the Revo software on it, because you have to do it again. So that just covers that bit. We always like put the microfiber towers on it just so that the cable's not touching the, what is it in there, look, touching the paintwork. And then wander around here, look, though. And then basically we just set it up. So we've got a laptop on there. We'll get rid of that rubbish because we don't want any of that. I don't know why that's on there. All that garbage there. I'll get rid of that in a minute. Anyway, so basically what we're going to do is we're just going to load up the Revo software. Got the SPS switch there. It might need an updated stock file on it. We'll soon find out when we communicate with it. Yeah, it takes about half an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. Once we've done that, then we go out on the road. We'll start it up, let you listen to the Mount Tune catback exhaust, and then we'll go for a drive, do some logging with it, make sure it's all doing what it should do on the Revo side of things, which to be fair it always does, unless there's an issue with the car side of it. So yeah, let's crack on, and then we'll finish up once we well, we won't finish up, we'll get the exhaust, let you listen to the exhaust first, and then we'll finish up when we come back from road test. See you soon. Right, we are ready for startup. So 1, 2, 3, here we go. I've already tested the SPS switch to make sure it works on all the anti-theft function, and this is running on high octane fuel, is what you put in it, so it's on the correct setting. If it wasn't running on high octane fuel, then we put it on a different setting on the SPS switch. There is a stock setting on it as well, but why you'd want to put it back to stock when you've had the software put on, you wouldn't, would you? So yeah, so let's walk around up north. Yeah, sounds pretty good. I'll give it a few little blips in a minute. But they do have a assisted launch on the Revo software. You get assisted launch, which means that you come to a stop, put it in first gear, and it's fairly straightforward, fairly simple. You just plant the throttle and it will look 2700 revs, and then you can launch away. Completely different than the stock launch control on the Mark III Focus RS from factory. That takes you like 5 minutes to get into the right parameters to actually launch it. So, because they don't want you to do it, do they? So they make it difficult. Oh, you got to push this, push that, find that. So yeah, straightforward on these. Stop and off you go. Brilliant. So come off cold start now. It's all good. We're going to take it up in the air, make sure everything's all good. Then I'll take it for a drive, make sure everything's all good. Come back after it's had a heat cycle. Check clamps, check more, make sure everything's all good. I'll leave the under tray off so I can check to make sure the rear motor mount is all good, everything like that. So yeah, next thing is to get them out on the road. See you in a moment. Right guys and girls, back from road test, done a bit of data log on it, all good. Pretty nice really smooth. We've done a few extra little bits. We've just reset the tyre pressures because after road test they felt a bit hard, they were a bit high, so we've reduced them, done all the levels for him, needed a little bit of oil in it. And that's it really, isn't it? We just ran through about the with the customer SBS, how that works and all that sort of stuff. Done his Revo passport, all done. So yeah, he's ready to take a little trip back to Bristol. Exhaust to be a little bit smelly and whatever for a while. It's brand new in it, so we'll get that nasty smell for a while, a hot smell, and then that'll disappear. But it'll settle in anyway. But anyway, yeah, usual thing. Thanks for listening. Make sure you subscribe, really important. Comments down below, hit that bell notification button. And look, any of you girls and guys that own ST250s, it's a vid for you. It's not basic stuff that we've done really. Exhaust and research in the Revo software, but anything we can cater for the ST250s, and give us a shout. So we'll catch up soon. Ciao.